First to our top story this afternoon, the Asian women pressured into aborting their baby girls. Now a Labour MP says families who do this should be prosecuted. It's being debated in Parliament today. It's illegal in this country to have an abortion simply because of the gender of the child, but campaigners say the law needs to be clearer. Asian Network's Sheetal Palmer has more.
Good afternoon, Gina International.
At her offices in what used to be a secondary school in Slough, Rani Bilkhu takes a call from a woman wanting advice about an abortion.
But you do realise it's your choice.
Rani's organisation, Gina International, campaigns and supports women who feel they have no choice but to have abortions if they're pregnant with girls. She told me about a woman she's helping whose husband found out she was carrying their second daughter.
She said, as soon as we got home, there's pin drop silence. I started cooking, and next thing she remembers is being face down on the floor in the kitchen and having her hands tied up behind her and just being beaten up because they was trying to get rid of the child.
But it's not violent for everyone. I've been speaking to a woman who wasn't forced. Asha chose to abort her baby after the 3-month scan and was supported by her husband. We're using an actor's voice.
I come from a family of all girls, and seeing my family go through the pressure of having daughter after daughter, I just couldn't cope with it. Every time my mum had a girl, it was like people used to come to the house as if they were coming to mourn. When I found out I was expecting a girl, I couldn't go through with it myself. I couldn't go through what I saw my mum go through.
Rani Bilkhu says women are asking doctors for abortions in order to avoid years of shame and ignorance from their families.
Unfortunately, organisations and stakeholders, they're actually using the law, the ambiguity of the law, to actually say we can abort on the basis of gender because of the mental health of that woman.
And it's this perceived lack of clarity in the law that campaigners and politicians backing today's debate want to clear up. I'm here at Portcullis House in Westminster to meet Virendra Sharma, the Labour MP from Ealing and Southall, who's backing the campaign.
We need, if nothing else, then name and shame those families or individuals who are putting pressures on the young girls.
Today's bill has cross-party support, but it's unlikely to change any laws during this Parliament, with only 6 months to go before the next general election. Gender abortions are illegal in Britain, but after newspaper claims that doctors were agreeing to terminations based on the mental health of mothers, the Department of Health issued further guidelines during the summer. Mr. Sharma says a stronger legal framework is needed to protect Asian women.
What is most needed is the woman who is carrying the child need to be empowered, that she gets the support from the society and from the system, that if she is under put pressure, she can take the legal remedy against those people who are putting her under pressure.
Campaigners agree. Rani Bilkhu says forced gender abortions should be looked at by lawmakers in the same way as forced marriage.
Both statutory agencies but also communities now know that it is illegal to be forced into a marriage. Equally, once this bill comes out, we can then make sure communities understand that it is illegal to abort on the basis of gender.
And it's something Nihal's been talking about this morning. He wanted to know if British Asian women are being pressurised to abort girls. Lots of you got in touch about this. It's clearly an issue you want to talk about.
Let's speak to Suri, who's in Derby. Now, I can imagine he's pretty angry. Suri, make sure you don't swear, my friend.
I cannot believe that this still goes on. And these stupid morons that are doing this, I tell you what, you said name and shame. I say you should put them in jail because they're committing murder.
My daughter went straight upstairs to her room. She heard a bit of altercation downstairs. Mother-in-law come upstairs, started effing and swearing at my daughter. My daughter said, look, it's not my fault, you know, it's what God's going to give us. At this time, they were on the top of they had like a gallery staircase. She was standing on top of there. Her husband was beside her at the time, and the mother-in-law kicked and pushed my daughter down the steps so she could have a miscarriage.
Raj, how does this make you feel?
I'm disgusted that this is allowed to happen still. And I believe in the name and shame. We should name and shame people that are allowing this to happen in their families and causing this problem. I mean, like Siri just said, my daughter is my life.
Anu is in Birmingham, not a real name. Hello, Anu.
It is sick. It is absolutely pathetic.
Cami is in Huddersfield.
You know, I think it is a problem. Basically, the first time I felt pregnant, the whole time a mother-in-law kept saying, I'm going to have a grandson, I'm going to have a grandson. And secretly I was hoping it would be a girl, just a kind of spite her, but it was a boy. And she was just gloating with pride and happiness.